When I awoke this morning, traveling to the place...
5 cloth from the memory. Here, he offered the will.
Mulamnir, the vermin still pester us. Devour them. As you say, my brother.
The moon priests still guard this sacred place.
The moon priests worship new gods now, you insignificant morsels.
Avoid Mulamnir's
Go no
message.
further, vermin.
Jode's core is close. I can feel it.
Mulamnir, Calgronteed, and Jode's Core. Are you ready for this, Chimera? Remember, my friend, Calgronteed is absorbing Jode's Core. As long as the moons remain aligned, the power flowing through him is unimaginable.
Get me to that platform, Tarn. I can separate the moons using the altars. You must deal with Mulamnir Fiveclaw. I will divert whatever energy I can into the Dragonhorn, but use it sparingly.
You dare to face me, morsel? Yes, brother. I will make this quick.
Or the dragon shout will kill you!
Source G.V.
Explorer! Now!
Source G.V.
Quickly! Sound the dragon horn!
You have made me angry, pest.
Prepares to attack! Let my magic protect you!
Source G.V.
Dragon horn! It will aid you against the dragon!
Die, insect, die! Sorbugs Sorbugs
A bit of this, a bit.
Crimson beast nobly bestows a horn to defeat his vile foe. Its corpse is friends to fall. Victory seems so close now. The warrior makes one last stand against the dreaded demon. Ice and blood staining peaceful sands. Nighttime fills the sky. Chains and spells bind the demon tight, locking it away in darkness. Soldiers celebrate a new dawn's light.
When I awoke this
The vermin still pester us. Devour them. As you say, my brother.
The moon priests still guard this sacred place.
Avoid Mulamnir as best you can.
Jode's core is close. I can feel it.
Mulamnir, Calgrontide, and Jode's core. Are you ready for this, Chimera? Calgrontide is absorbing Jode's core. As long as the moons remain aligned, the power flowing through him is unimaginable.
Get me to that platform, Tarn. I can separate the moons using the altars. You must deal with Mulamnir Fiveclaw. I will divert whatever energy I can into the Dragonhorn, but use it sparingly.
To face me, morsel. Insect. Yes, brother. I will make this quick.
Protect you!
Source G.B.
Dragonhorn is charged! Use it now!
You have made me angry, pest. Sus! G!
Use the dragon horn!
Die, insect, die! Sorbugs left! Insect, die! Sorbugs left! Assist me! How? It fills me! Control! Die! Swords land! Assist me! How? It fills me! Good job!
When I awoke this
5 o'clock.
Mulamnir, the vermin still pester us. Devour them. As you say, my brother.
The moon priests still guard this sacred place.
Priests worship new gods now, you insignificant morsels.
avoid Mulamnir.
Go no farther, vermin.
Calgronteed is absorbing Jode's core. As long as the moons remain aligned, the power flowing through him is unimaginable.
Get me to that platform, Tarn. I can separate the moons using the altars. You must deal with Mulamnir Fiveclaw. I will divert whatever energy I can into the Dragonhorn, but use it sparingly.
You dare to face me, morsel? Insect.
Or the dragon shout will kill you!
Source GB! You have made me angry, pest. Crush these fleas, brother. You have my word. Good job.
Protective aura, now!
Source G.V.
Time clock! Use the dragon horn!
Die, insect, die! Soulbugsman! Soulbugsman! Assist me. Power. It fills me. Good job.
Prepares to attack! Let my magic protect you!
Source G.V.
Dragon horn! Use it now!
It cannot end like this!
You killed Mulamnir. Good.
The equal of Akatosh!
The moons. I need to finish the ritual. Joan and Jode, hear me.
The power, it belongs to me!
Separate and resume your eternal dance. Now, Five-Claw, sound the horn!
No! I...
You did it, Camille! You ended the eclipse! But that means...
The moon gate has closed. We are trapped, yes. But Mulamnir is dead, and Calgrontit has been defeated.
Oh, hello! You always find things in the last place, you know.
Calgrontit, I wonder. I'm actually pleased to see you, Cadwell. Come, Chimera. Your people await their queen.
Thank you, my friends, for everything.
Queen Chimera, have you been injured?
I am fine, just tired. But look, the moons are no longer aligned. Tell me about the dragons, the Euraxians. What is the state of our forces?
Our scouts tell us that most of the Euraxians and dragons fled when the moons parted. Our own troops have not returned, but the Main has sent an envoy.
An envoy from the Main? If you'll excuse me, I have other business to attend to.
We did it, Five Claw! We put the moons back in motion and defeated both Mulamnir and Calgrontid. I want to thank you for everything. Elsewhere is safer today because of you. Just being on the plane of Jode clarified the memories I inherited at the Shadow Dance Temple. I saw the ritual in my mind and performed the actions. Oh, too bad the Dragonhorn did not survive. At least it lasted long enough to banish Calgrontid. He did grow larger with every infusion of power he absorbed, but the horn dislodged him from Jode's core, which allowed me to finish the ritual and end the eclipse. After that, a concern for another day, yes? I cannot be named queen without the Main's blessing. That, however, is my worry. For now, you should rest. We must honor our fallen and learn the fate of our troops at the Moongate. And after that, we will celebrate a new dawn for elsewhere. We have accomplished much, my friend. We overthrew the tyrant, Euraxia Tarn, defeated Zumag Foom and the Betrayer, even killed at least 2 dragons and made the moons move in the sky. If only I could shake this sense of impending doom. Nothing specific. Not really. I guess this sense of worry will stay with me until I know the fate of Gareshri, Zamarak, even Prefect Kalo. I would return to the Moongate, but other matters require my attention. Namely, the envoy of the Main. That is just it. I have no idea. Moons. My head pounds. The effort I exerted at Jode's core was not without a cost. Five Claw, could I convince you to determine the fate of my soldiers and our friends? I appreciate your assistance, my friend. Find out what happened to Gareshri and the others, then bring word back to me. Meanwhile, I will try to find a few moments to rest before I meet with the Main's envoy or worry about the other dragons. Far from it. But without Calgrontid and Mulamnir to lead them, They are solitary beasts without a grand plan. Colossal, dangerous beasts to be sure, but not the overwhelming force they were under their dragon leaders. There is little difference between myth and history for the Khajiit Five-Claw. Whether Euraxia discovered the Kunzari stories, and that led them to the betrayer's head, or Zumog Foom reanimated the head and then learned the tales, who can say? I appreciate your assistance, my friend. Find out what happened to
After all this excitement, I could use a nice long lie down. Come find me if anything significant requires my attention. Otherwise, I need to be alone for a while.
Your weapon!
Warm days. Hurried purchases.
Why will dragon be near the moon gate? Do you have any ideas?
This one would love to have the answer to many questions, and the answer to this question in particular eludes him. This one also does not understand the meaning behind the eclipse.
One of my other friends claims that this dragon tried to absorb power from the moon. This fall, I don't like the sound of that. Surely this isn't possible.
Ah, fear not. That is in the past now. The walker who helped depose Euraxia prevented the dragon from accomplishing anything. Knowing why all that occurred is what remains for us to puzzle out.
It's good to see you, Five Claw. We only just returned and I have yet to report to the Queen. Chimera is alright, isn't she? We saw the moons move and the eclipse end, but we haven't heard what happened after you entered the Moon Gate. After I was caught in that dragon blast, Zamorak tended to my wounds and took command of the soldiers defending the upper ridge. I'm sorry to say that I was in and out of consciousness for most of what happened next. I know that I am still alive and grateful to be back in Rimmon. It's a miracle, thank the moons, that the city is free once more. If you want to know what really occurred at the Moon Gate, you'll need to ask Zamorak and Prefect Kelo. There are those among the troops who need the healers more than I. But perhaps a few hours in the soothing springs will restore my strength. I'll need it too. I have much to do to help Chimera restore Anekvini to its former glory. I'll make sure the Moon Singers tell the tale of the soldiers who defended the Moon Gate. Khajiit and Imperial alike. For now, though, talk to Zamorak and Kelo. Let them tell you what happened in their own words.
Zamorak is happy to see you, friend. After the dragons entered the Moon Gate and you followed, this one worried that all was lost. But then, the moons parted, and suddenly everything seemed all right. Just what you would expect. We held our ground against the swarming Euraxians and their necromancers, repelled the dragons as best we could. This one let the desert wind flow through his limbs and claws, while our soldiers rallied to his side. Between the Khajiit militia and the Cygnus irregulars, we held them off. When the moons separated, the Euraxians broke off their attack and scattered to the four winds. The remainder will be a nuisance, but they pose no threat to the kingdom. Zamorak doesn't know for certain. We faced mostly the Euraxians on the upper ridge. Prefect Kelo commanded the ballisti, so he could tell you more. This one does know that when the moons began to separate, the dragons roared in rage and flew away. Zamorak hopes to serve as Queen Chimera's claw and defend the throne as he was trained to do. If she will not have me, well, Gareshri has many plans for improving life in elsewhere. This one would be happy to help in any way he can. Zamorak is glad to see Rimmon free once more. The cost was dear, but it was worth it.
Oh, it's you. Good to see you're still among the living. I suppose you had a hand in getting the moons to finally pull apart? Hang on, I need to finish my report. I find that it's best to write it all down while it's still fresh in my mind. It's all in my report. Our troops held their ground and fought bravely. We lost many good soldiers, Khajiit and Imperial, but we did our duty. We slaughtered Euraxians by the score and kept the dragons at bay until the moons broke apart. It was crucial to our survival. When the moons separated, the dragons broke ranks. They seemed to lose their drive, their purpose. They stopped attacking and flew off. Not a moment too soon. We had exhausted both our strength and our ammunition. The ones that survived Zamorak's charge lost what remained of their courage when the dragons abandoned the field of battle. They scattered like sand roaches and ran in all directions. I doubt they'll give the militia too much trouble going forward. We still have a lot to do to heal the scars left by Euraxia and her mercenaries. I'll offer our services to Queen Chimera and Lord Gareshri. Let them use us where we'll do the most good. If that's what they need. But the Cygnus Irregulars are mostly military engineers, scouts, and trainers. We have a lot more to offer a kingdom that needs to be rebuilt than just blades and shields. That was our original mission, to help elsewhere. I'll send a copy of my report to Queen Chimera shortly. A modern account of a battle with dragons. Just think how this will be able to improve our training regimens and strategies moving forward.
Outsider, this one must speak with you. This one never expected to set foot in the capital of Anekvina again. She hoped the militia would succeed, but she didn't believe they stood a chance against the usurper queen. Kasia understands you played a significant role in these events, yes? Such wonders you have accomplished, and to have touched the face of Blessed Jode. This one is in awe. Despite all that, the Main has sent me to determine what happens next. Where is Lord Gareshri, the Speaker of the Main? The healers? This one hopes the Speaker wasn't gravely injured. As for your question, we must settle the matter of Anekvina's succession. Kasia must determine if Chimera is the legitimate heir to the throne, and if so, recognize her claim. Certainly, but anyone can make such a claim. To be accepted by the Khajiit, she must be recognized by the Main. With Gareshri indisposed, will you stand with Chimera and vouch for her heritage? If so, please tell her I am ready to meet with her. Before you return to Chimera's side, this one requests an additional favor. The Main gave Kasia a sealed letter for Abnor Tharn, but he refuses to see me. I understand that you and he share a special bond. Perhaps you could deliver the letter. The specifics concern the Tharn alone, but this one believes it deals with the artificial eclipse and its impact on Khajiit society. The moons hold great sway over the Khajiit born under them. What does this mean for those born during this eclipse? No matter what caused the eclipse, Joan and Jode joined as one. When this occurs naturally, one born then may become the next Main. But during a false eclipse, succession becomes a concern. The Main hopes Tharn can explain the arcane implications. The Main cannot be everywhere at once. That is what the Speaker and the envoys are for. For now, the Main's duties do not include Anekvina. But know that the Main's heart is everywhere in Elsewhere. Now, please deliver the letter to Abner Tharn. Before you return to Chimera's side, this one requests an additional favor. The main...
Abner, you simply must stay for the ceremony. It's not every day we get to see a lovely cat receive a crown.
Nonsense. And don't call me Abner. Besides, I think I've overstayed my welcome as far as Chimera is concerned.
Talk some sense into him. Abner can't just slink away like a thief in the night. It's undignified, not to mention rude. I don't know what goes on in that otherwise brilliant mind of his.
You and Cadwell, the two of you just can't leave well enough alone. No one was supposed to notice as I slipped out of Rimmen. Of course, very little has gone according to plan since the Wrathstone tablets set me on this path. I am neither sentimental nor enamored of pomp and circumstance. My time in Elsewhere has shown me that I have limits. I am not the battle mage I was in my younger days. Besides, I hate parties, small talk, speeches, canapes, totally unbearable. I watched firsthand as a remarkable young woman became a leader. She's already a queen. Everything else is simply ceremony. I've lingered here long enough. You were an able enough traveling companion. I may call on you again sometime. An intriguing question. Are Khajiit born under a forced eclipse next in line for the main? But this other bit confirms my suspicions. I must travel to Palatine at once. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Until then, farewell. We accomplished much, but I fear we haven't seen the last of Calgrontiid. I must investigate reports coming from the south. You, however, have a queen to crown. Take Cadwell with you and make sure he behaves. And tell Chimera she did admirably. We saw no body, and there's no reason to suppose Calgrontiid couldn't escape from Jode just as we did. He absorbed a remarkable amount of energy while the moons were aligned, after all. I'll send for you if and when I confirm my suspicions. We accomplished much, but I fear we haven't seen the last of Calgrontiid.
Abner's received a new quest from the main. As soon as we finish here, I'll join him. Quests are my speciality. Oh, fiddlesticks. I just remembered Queen Chimera asked me to be her king's claw. I guess Abner will have to soldier on without me. Yes, indeed. Her exact words were, "You can call yourself the Emperor of Cyrodiil for all I care. Just quit blathering and let me think." I've no designs on the ruby throne, but Cadwell the Queen's claw has a rather dashing ring to it, eh?
Nicely.
Nevertheless, this one has asked the Outlander to stand beside Chimera, should I decide to give the main's blessing.
Gareshri told me you found them. He filled me in on what happened during the battle at the Moon Gate. Dragons and necromancers, I understand. But politics and coronations, they twist my tail, and their regalia. It pinches. Moons, I miss my leathers. I am having many thoughts, but I know what I must do. Like Anekvina and my other ancestors before me, I must stand tall and accept my responsibilities with humility and grace. Provided the main's envoy confirms my right to the throne. The woman is inscrutable. I think she just wants to see me suffer until she acquiesces and places the crown on my head. Before the full weight of the kingdom falls upon my shoulders, I want to tell you something. I want you to know I appreciate everything you have done for Elsewhere. For me. I do not believe we would have survived without your assistance. Now, I understand the envoy asked you to stand beside me at the ceremony. Are you ready, my friend? Go on, my friend. Enter the throne room and wait for me. I need another moment to compose myself, but I will be along shortly.
Last time I was in Rimmon Palace, it was on business. Well, certainly seems you've sought out bigger game since our time in Hakoshey. A dragon, I believe? Or several, if the stories I've heard are true. You'll have to excuse me if I don't trust you to get rid of all the beasts. The sooner I'm back in Morrowind, the better. I don't say this often, but it would be best to stay on your guard. Not this time. I just doubt this dragon business has been entirely dealt with. Best to be prepared for what lies ahead. Besides, it would be awful if you wound up dead. You were marginally helpful after all. Last time I was in Rimmon Palace, it was on...
Charles, once again Hadaras finds you in the thick of the madness. Perhaps you did not leave 2 moons at Tenmar with all your wits about you. You seem to throw yourself at undead and dragons with reckless abandon. Hadaras came to inform Gareshri of the happenings at 2 Moons Temple, and to deliver another vision from the Moon Bishop. Saizenza takes what she sees with a pinch of moon sugar now, but she was certain there was truth in his prophecy. She saw a dragon with a broken horn, and a warrior with a great mane on his chin. They joined together to spawn children cloaked in scales in order to take down a terrible tyrant. Her words, not mine, Walker. Hadaras does not know who or what these things represent. That is for wiser minds than his. The only thing he can say with certainty is peace and tranquility are not in our future. Perhaps Lord Gareshri will find a more optimistic interpretation.
Five Claw! Raz heard what you've been up to. And you didn't call your friend to help? Has Raz wronged you in some way? Killing dragons, moving moons, putting long-lost heirs back on the throne. You almost make Raz feel inadequate. Almost. Queen Irene wanted to make sure this coronation went as smoothly as possible. You never know what sort of mischief can happen at events such as these. Raz will be back in the thick of things soon enough. The Dominion can't function without him. Let us leave what happened in Maryvale back in Maryvale, yes? Besides the possible damage to Raz's sleek reputation, this one would rather keep certain individuals out of his professional life.
Ah, Five Claw. Alas, Lirjazi has no message for you. Furthermore, Lirjazi should point out that small talk is not this one's specialty.
You have done much since last we met, traveler. This one knew you had a brave heart, but never did he imagine you would become the savior of elsewhere. Thank the moons we happened upon the wreckage of your caravan. We are still repairing Starhaven, one stone at a time. Unfortunately, the brunt of the dragon's attack targeted the adepts' dormitories. Everyone sleeps under the moonlight until the work is completed. Why aren't there dragon attacks in this land of ours? This one will just have to hope that heroes like you drive them back. Someday, bright moons will shine over elsewhere again. In this, Majadro has faith. You have done much since last we met, traveler.
Tears of joy, my friend. Once Chimera arrives, this small stream will become a raging river, and honor, he's even more emotional than me.
All hail the greatest diplomatic assistant in Tamriel! Let us celebrate our accomplishments by drinking mead and exchanging friendly headbutts. Rigor doesn't consider any mission complete until he can't remember most of what happened. Rigert will go wherever the winds of diplomacy take him, friend. Rigert refuses to rest until Tamriel's races are all sitting together peacefully, drinking mead and singing songs about... mead, probably.
This is my first royal coronation. I hope it isn't as long and complicated as the imperial ceremonies I've read about.
Yushiha hoped she would see you again, Walker. She very nearly didn't. The Moon Gate was a costly victory. The battle played out as this one expected, until the Euraxians got in behind our lines. Then it ceased to be warfare and became slaughter. No strategy, just kill or be killed. Yushiha fully expected to die there, if not for Zamorak. Zamorak refused to run, to abandon the wounded Lord Gareshri. So Yushiha decided to remain as well. Then, this one released the beast within her. The taste of Euraxian blood. Yushiha may never fully rinse it away. Rivers of the foul stuff flowed over this one's lips. But Zamorak was a cyclone. The living arms of the desert wind. He pulled Yushiha back to herself. You must think her a hypocrite. But Yushiha is not like Rakasha. She fears that side of herself. That is Yushiha's intentions. She tasted the blood of her enemies, but she does not think of the living as her prey. This one does not hunt the innocent for the sake of sating her thirst. She will never give in to that temptation. Never. So long as the dragons continue to terrorize the living, the dead will have no rest. This one will see this fight to its end. When this land knows peace again, then she will retreat to the shadows once more.
Missy can't believe the tales he has heard. Dragons, moon gates, eclipses. Oh, so much excitement you've seen, and so many heroic things you have accomplished. Certainly a step up from the work we did. Yes? Mizik is doing very well, especially after being invited to this ceremony. Never did he think he would be witnessing a Khajiit coronation in Rimin Palace. Is this one's hat on straight? His whiskers burnished and bristly? Oh, that is good to hear. Mizik would hate to make a bad impression. But this one is sure you have many others to talk to. He will not keep you, Walker. Remember, if you are ever in need of an investigator, call on Mizik.
Fiveclaw, this one is so glad to see you. Great Hall's noble guests. Very different from Numaya's humble ranch, yes? This one has high hopes for Queen Kamira's reign. No stinking poacher would dare invite the wrath of such a ruler. The prowl recovers. The beasts and the land slowly find their balance once again. There will always be poachers. Numaya knows this, but with their leader dead, the threat is far less dire.
Where is Kamira? I expected her to be eager to hear my proclamation.
The healers were able to do wonders, my friend. I almost feel like my old self again. I will secure Kamira's claim. You just stand beside her and support her. She values your presence, as do I. But where is Kamira? I expected you to bring her in.
Who will confirm that Kamira is the daughter of King Hemekar and the rightful heir to the throne of Anequina?
I will, as her guardian all these years, and as the Speaker of the Main. Kamira is the rightful heir. Come forth, daughter of Hemekar and Numara. Come forth, child of Anequina.
Kamira, do you accept the duties of the throne? Will you lead this kingdom and protect its people?
I do, and I will.
Know then that the Main accepts and recognizes your claim. All hail Kamira, Queen of Anequina!
I promise to serve our people, and I offer thanks to all who helped achieve our recent victories. Finally, there is one I wish to honor. One whose assistance in these matters was unprecedented and invaluable. Fiveclaw, my comrade and friend, please, approach the throne. Courageous Fiveclaw, I will make sure your deeds are sung by my people. They will be told from one generation to the next. As Kunzari passed into legend, so too will you. Then say nothing, my friend. Just know that you helped deliver my homeland from tyranny. You helped me avenge my parents. You saved us from dragons and undead. We will never forget that. I will never forget that. You appeared when elsewhere needed you most. In our most desperate time of troubles, you helped restore our nation. You will always have a place here, my friend. And I want you to accept the greatest award I can offer. I name you Champion of Anekvini. There are still dragons to kill and Euraxians to deal with. But now it is time to celebrate. Take a few moments, talk to our friends, then enjoy yourself, champion. You earned it. It is time for different adventures, Fiveclaw. I must lead my people and erase the memories of the usurper queen. May her name be blotted from the histories. Of course, I may find time to slip away and explore a ruin or two. Every now and again. Just what you would expect. I listen to problems and I try to find solutions. I suppose I must coordinate with our allies in the Dominion at some point, and there are still stray dragons and Euraxian deserters to deal with. So, the usual things.
I came to Northern Elsewhere with an impossible task. I took command of the militia and sought to free Rimmon from Euraxia's grasp. With your help, we accomplished so much more. You have my thanks for that, champion. As always, I go wherever the main needs me. For a while, I remain in Rimmon to provide Queen Chimera with whatever assistance she requires. You know, I watched Chimera grow these past 6 years. She will be a better queen than even I imagined.
Thank you for helping to restore the bloodline of Anekvini Walker. It is good to see a Khajiit once again on the throne of Rimmon. Gashia apologizes for all the formality, but she had to be sure before she bestowed the Main's blessing upon Chimera.
There are still dragons to kill and Euraxia. And all hail Five Claw, whom I name Champion of Anequina!
Wasn't that a beautiful ceremony? Not quite on the level of the time I attended Molon Ball's first Daedric Titan unveiling and Soul Shriven Impalement celebration, but beautiful, just the same. Next, having given it a thought, it's enough trouble keeping track of the past and present to bother with what happens in the future. Maybe I'll finally build that little house on the edge of Cold Harbor's yawning chasm. Ah, the vertigo. Well, certainly. Eventually. It's my home. Besides, who would all the soul-shriven look up to if I never returned? Have no fear, my friend. If you ever need Catwell's sword again, I'll rush to your side without hesitation. You have my word.
You have done much since last we met, traveler. This one knew you had...
Last time I was in Rimmon Palace, it was on business.
Thank you for helping to...
All hail.
Mizzy can't believe the tales he has heard.
This one's heart sings at seeing Chimera crowned queen. Her parents would have been so proud. Thank you, my friend, for getting us to this moment. And for helping Zamorak find his way back to his true calling. Zamorak will always be an adept. But Queen Chimera has agreed to accept me as her claw. This one will protect the Queen and serve her as best he can. It is what Zamorak was born to do, yes?
I'm glad that the Cygnus Irregulars were able to lend Queen Chimera our support. Helped make up for all the evil Euraxia brought with her to elsewhere. Now where's the music? I didn't spend the last 6 years learning Khajiit waltzes for nothing. I hate the idea of mercenary companies, but without an imperial government in place, that seems to be what we're reduced to. Luckily, Chimera has accepted our offer of assistance and has agreed to employ us. As engineers and aid workers, of course. A few. You'd be surprised how many of their dances can't be accomplished without claws or a tail. I do hope they play the waxing moon, though. I find it rather elegant, and it's the one best suited to my tailless posterior.
Why will dragon be near the moon gate? Do you have any
Hello,
idea?
my friend, come take us.
This one would love to have the answer to many questions, and the answer to this question in particular. That is in the past now. Prevented the dragon from accomplishing anything. Is what remains for us to puzzle out.
And if you wind up on the street, at least you know the light through Khajiit. I see, my friend, that you have luck, but you're short on luck. That hand was hard to beat. And if you find you're feeling close, there's a cause for your defeat. You took a big chance on the road.
Yeah!
This is taking longer than I planned.
My time is precious.
My friend!
Why can't the dead ever stay dead around here?
This one has had enough of those dungy cultists. Please give me some good news. We can add another tick to our count of dragons killed, right? The more we add to our tally, the better off everyone is. Excellent work. Knowing you were on the job eased my mind a little. Come back tomorrow. I'll have more dragons to hunt for you. So much trouble, these dragons. So much death around them. If you want to help stop them from killing others, please check with me each day. I'm organizing dragon hunts. I'm glad you wish to help. We need valiant folk to slow down the spread of dragons. It is regrettable enough that they're causing suffering here. Let's try to prevent that from happening outside elsewhere as well. I think the best tactic is to defeat the dragons at their hunting grounds. When they eat, we can stop them. Permanently. What do you say? Are you willing to help? I appreciate the help. When you've finished your hunt, return to me. I'll have a reward for you. These dragons are fast becoming a larger issue.
I must be cursed.
fate pursues this one.